Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, anything I say is alleged and in my very, very personal opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description box. Some meat and potatoes, some housekeeping items. It is free to follow me. Free to follow me on this channel, Anonymous Tea. Free to follow me on my other channel, Anonymous Tea Podcast. There is new content over there. Follow me on the Tickety Talk at Anonymous Tea Podcast. Free to follow me on the Instagram. On the Instagram is at Anonymous Reality Tea. Free to share everywhere. Free to like the video so it gets out to the algorithm. Free to share with your family, your friends, and your foes, and coming or going, hit the like button. So today we are talking because the ratings are in for that show that Mel left, y'all. The show that Melody Cherie Rogers left, the show that Money Making Mel left, the show that Mogul Making Mel left. We're going to talk about it. And before any of y'all get into my comments and be like, Anonymous Tea, well, what is tea? The tea is, I told y'all I'm not reviewing the show. I'm not recapping the show. I could care less about the show, but I told y'all each and every single time your girl would be tracking the ratings and see if the ratings are still going to rate without Melody Cherie Rogers. So if you are subscribed to me, if y'all follow me, y'all knew I said that. And you do not have to watch the show to track the ratings, you guys. In fact, the accounts that post the ratings don't even post clips or any information as it pertains to the actual show and what is going on this season. So nonetheless, when I tell you I've unplugged from all things from that show that Melody Cherie Rogers left, the show that Money Making Mel left, the show that Mogul Making Mel left, I'm telling you, it's Gucci over here. It is Gucci over here, and that could be why. That could be why allegedly Carlos King has somebody now trying to do some YouTube live, y'all. No. All that promo. All that foolishness that was said in interviews, trying to throw shade that you're not responsible for anybody's marriage breaking up and this and that the marriage was on the rocks prior to the show. But aren't you the same person that encouraged people that had their own cheating scandals and all of this and all of that to put it on the show? And aren't you the same person as it pertained to the same show wanted the same two people to get back together? No. It's funny how the goalpost moves, you guys. But that was enough for that. Well, let's get to business. Let's get to the meat and potatoes. Let's get to why you're here. You are here, you guys, because the ratings are down 100,000 views. Yes, that is correct. So I am picking right up with where the last reunion episode was. The last reunion episode back in February 15th, 2025 was at 0.05, had 311,000 views, right? And I believe the lowest view episode of the past season of season 9 was around 229,000 views. I think was like one of the lowest episodes, lowest viewed season premieres, right? So it was already going to be downhill from here, right? So from February to now July, you guys, the ratings are down 92,000 views. The ratings are down almost 100,000 views, you guys. And the demo is abysmal. The demo is at 0.03, you guys. 0.03. Now, I'm sure Carlos King at some point is probably going to do some magic and try to pull out some linear ratings and everything else and talk about, what was trending on Twitter and everything else and try to make some magic happen. But I'm here to tell you there was no motion with this show. And I'm here to tell you, I don't know what's going on with this show. Some of y'all have DM'd me or whatever else. And I'm here to tell you, because Carlos King is a little bit predictable, that there was nothing that was missing. There was nothing that was missing as far as the show goes, you guys. Because ultimately, it's the same formula that Carlos King did when he was at Real Housewives of Atlanta. He believes that you have to attack whoever the star person of the show is going to be. And so he decided basically to plug and play and make some musical chairs around. And since Mel was the person who was attacked all these seasons, he had to have somebody else replace that, right? So he figured, okay, let's have Nell do that because you have an alliance with the Scots 1.0 and 2.0, right? So Nell now is going to be the brunt of all the issues, right? So now that Mel is gone, you bring back Tasha's mom, right? And so she has the same story arc, right? Which is getting into it with Marceau over quote unquote alleged cheating allegations, right? And then she's going to go toe to toe with whoever she feels is coming at her daughter or is the alleged punching bag. So that would be, in this case, Nell. And then, of course, it's not a Carlos King production without somebody having some things escalate to violence. And we already know the toxicity of the Trish, Ken, and Marquez storyline. So that's going to escalate until ultimately Marquez gets fired off the show. Like it's not new information because we already know this because he had did an interview with Queen Sheba exposing all of this. So this is not new information. Right? And then I presume another fight will most likely happen involving Nell. Like, I'm here to tell you, without even seeing the show, without even seeing the trailer, what is happening, what they want you to tune in for, and people are talking about the show is better than ever. Or maybe Carlos King is saying that. I don't know. But I don't know what's better than ever if you are regurgitating the same things and are just moving things around to basically plug people into the same storylines that have been on this show. There's this weird obsession with cheating, and don't get me started on Martell and his concubine, right? Because maybe they're thinking that is going to be the ratings bonanza that they need to actually bring her onto the show, which is a slap in the face to Melody Cherie Rogers, as far as I'm concerned. Like the behavior and the treatment and lack thereof, the disrespect and everything else, like it is just crazy to me. But I told y'all that it is going to be interesting to see how this show goes without Melody Cherie, and at least from a ratings perspective, you know, it's no motion. And I don't want y'all to blame the NFL. I don't want y'all to blame college football because we're not in season yet. There's Major League Baseball, but again, unless you're a diehard sports fan, like you would have to follow that. I believe the WNBA just had their All-Star game or whatever else, but that didn't conflict with anything. Love Island USA is over, so you can't even blame that. But again, that's on streaming. That's on Peacock. You can't blame Real Housewives of Atlanta. That comes on Sundays. So nonetheless, that told me that people stood strong in blacking out. Because y'all knew with all the promotion and everything else that the show was coming back on July 19th. Y'all can't tell me y'all didn't know. Y'all can't tell me y'all didn't know because Carlos King did a whole press tour and was going to different media outlets and everything else, and he has a whole YouTube channel to talk about the show and everything else, but he chose instead to discuss the Portia and Shamia saga. But I am not surprised by these ratings. Overall, it is, like I said, it's just as bad as the season premiere of last season, of season 9. It's like 10,000 views less, and it's an even lower demo. So I'm not shocked by any of this, right? And like I always say, when things are low like this, it has no choice but to go up. But you have a decision to make, right? You have a decision to make on what y'all going to do with the rest of this season. Are y'all going to now tune into the show and see what's going on? Or are, now that y'all see what the show is going to be or allegedly is going to be, now are y'all going to tune out? Because I'm here to tell you what is there to tune in for? What is there to watch when it's just rinse, wash, and repeat with, the same storylines over and over again? The only difference now is they're not attacking Mel, but attacking each other. kind of, right? But still playing friends and still hanging out like it's nothing. But y'all had all this to say about Mel. Y'all had all these issues with Mel. Make it make sense. So there is that. That is it. That is all for this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.